Hi, my name is Portia Smith, and today I am presenting my semester project on the spinal cord and the disease multiple sclerosis. This is my 3D model of the spine. I use egg cartons to make the vertebrae, and I labeled the cervical, thoracic, lumbar, and sacrum and the regions. I also made the spinal cord model showing the axons of the myelin sheath and the intervertebral disc. All of these structures work together to protect the spinal cord and help nerve signals travel through the body. Here, I'm going to zoom in a little more to show you. There's a black line, and the white marks indicate the lesions that are on the spine. So we have our spinal cord here, and we have it showing the gray matter, the central canal, the lateral column, the white matter, the gray matter. And right here, this is what our healthy spinal cord looks like. This is going to be it in its normal state. Here we have the myelin sheath, and right here I'm going to zoom in where it's a little glitter purple. That is showing you where it started to deteriorate. Up here is where we're going to see where we have the spinal cord, and on top will be our brain. And right where our brain is, we go to our cervical, which is our C1 to C7 spinal nerves. And right here is the axons, are those little thread lines of purple and gray. Lines that you see are the axons. And right there, you see that loop that is a red yarn that goes up it. That inside there is going to be our our myelin sheath. And whenever you're diagnosed with the disease, and as you start developing lesions, and right here I have it marked that the lesions are going to be developed in the thoracic and the cervical, right here after the brain, and right here at the thoracic. You'll see those white indicator stickers are showing you where the block signals happen, and this is where the myelin sheath started to deteriorate. Next, the reason why I chose this topic, my project, to do the spine, was because I have a sister, and she has progressive MS. The thing what is so important about the spinal cord and why it being healthy and functional, and when it becomes debilitating with MS, is due to when our myelin sheath starts to deteriorate, we start getting symptoms such as numbness, not being able to walk straight, balance problems, changes in movement. It's an autoimmune disease, so it attacks the myelin, causing demyelination, which slows the blocked nerves and the conduction. So it's like, say how a normal person could walk up the stairs, and our brain signals our muscles to move and our knees to push. But with someone with MS, sometimes they don't get that signal. It's like almost things do not sync for them. The topic is very sensitive to me. My sister, she's been living with this for a while, and it's progressive. So she shows very, very significant signs of MS, down to vision problems, to just walking. Just her day-to-day life seems very, very difficult for her, but she does keep going. The most interesting thing I've learned was how small the myelin sheath is. That little line here we have right there, how small it is and tiny, but how big of a difference it is, and why we need it in our body and we need it healthy. That one little thing could go wrong and could deteriorate because of those lesions that we have up there, which would quickly give us the symptoms of MS, which are debilitating. There is no cure for MS. It's something that a lot of people have, and they're diagnosed with different phases of it, but there is no cure for it. if I could improve anything about my project, it would probably be my time management, and I would want to do something that was more functional, um, that did more probably graphics and lights and a little more popping. But yes, this is my project for the semester. Um, I would change showing how the signals are so fast and how they sync versus how with someone with MS where the signals move slow and they're blocked. That's what I would change about my project, and more time management. So thank you, and this is my presentation. I'm just gonna zoom in so you can see the rest of just the details, the word key of everything. And this is a little clearer now. Um, this is my spinal cord and the gray matter, the central canal. This is my spine, and this is what I was speaking on the video, my myelin shaft right here. You can see it here. These are the lesions right here, what you would see on the MRI scan. So right inside here is where we're talking about the myelin sheath, how it's inside of the spinal cord wrapped. And this is kind of like a protector. It's almost like a spine that's protected. This is the protection. So what happens when you have MS, it automatically starts eating away. This right here starts eating away, and you will see this happen. It starts deteriorating, and then you don't have it anymore. And so I was using this as a marker to show you how it deteriorates from being this shiny, synced, lit up signals to being nothing but dual, like the lights went out and nobody's home. But that's what I use, and there's my vertebrae disc and my spinal cord. I used the egg cartons all the way down to the vertebrae, and I did that. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Portia, and I have here with me is my sister Jessica, and I'm going to ask her a few questions about her life living with MS. Okay, so when were you diagnosed with MS, and what type do you have?
In 2024, I have primary progressive MS, which is also PPMS.
What symptoms do you deal with mostly on a day-to-day basis?
Fatigue, stiffness, poor bladder control, balance issues, my mobility issues, trouble walking, and I have a heat and cold sensitivity.
Okay. Do you feel like this makes it harder for you to do most daily tasks?
Yes, because years ago, I was able to do things that didn't take a long time, and now it takes me almost 3 to 5 hours long to do something simple.
Okay. How does MS affect your movement and balance or your sensation? Let's start with your movement and balance. How does MS affect that for you?
I have difficulty walking, and it feels like I'm walking on peg legs. It's very hard to navigate, hard to walk, because whenever I step up on stoops, my brain does not catch the signals that my legs are sending it.
So do you mean like you're not syncing?
Yes, it doesn't sync.
Okay. What type of issues do you have with MS in regards to sensation?
With my fingers, with my touch and everything, I have done occupational therapy, and I have trouble putting on my earrings. I have trouble collapsing my necklace clasps. And
Okay. When you first were diagnosed with MS and you found out, did you have any lesions or anything like that, or any abnormalities on your MRI that indicated it?
I was told that I do have lesions on my brain and some that are on my spine, and I had over 20 lesions on my brain.
Okay. Another question I have for you is, what is one thing that people don't understand about living with MS?
Every day is difficult. It's hard. You guys can do things that are so normal, so easy, and it takes us, people that's diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, about 2 to 5 hours to get one simple test done.
What is an example that you could give us that makes it be where you feel like you spend maybe 2 to 4 hours on a task when normally a task for me would probably be like 20, 30 minutes?
Well, I just recently, grocery shopping. That is a task all by itself. It didn't used to take me that long. Maybe an hour to 30 minutes tops, and now it takes me almost 2 hours and 30 minutes to grocery shop.
Okay, one last question. What helps you cope and manage your symptoms?
Well, I do get infusions twice a year of my Ocrevus, and that helps, but it doesn't always help. It just slows the progression.
Okay. Are you in any type of physical therapy?
I am in physical therapy.
Okay.
I do physical therapy. It's supposed to be twice a week, but I do once a week because of the fatigue I feel after going to just one session of physical therapy.
Okay. Is there anything you want to tell anybody that might be battling MS?
You got this. We all got that. We all know each other's silent struggles. We may not see it on the outside, but it's definitely there. Your body is attacking itself, and it's okay not to be okay.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.